What's good, everyone, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are reacting to Game Theory Don't Open the Door. Now you may be wondering, what the heck does this title mean? Well, thankfully I actually know what the subject's about. It came from, this theory is based around, from what I've seen from the image for the video, doors. It's a thing from Roblox. From what I'm hearing, it has good reviews. It's a pretty good game. Maybe I'll play it in the future. I don't know. I'm still kind of considering the fact of playing Roblox, so because it's a good game and all that, but don't really know what to go about it. Anyway, it's a game where you have to go. It's a horror game that you have to go through 100 doors in a hotel. Sounds simple, right? Wrong. It's a horror game, so it's gonna be less easy. Damn, I had something in my head, but it kind of blank out. Anyway, yeah, that's the case. It's a game in Roblox. It's a thing in Roblox. 100 doors, hotel. You got things trying to kill you. You're trying to get to the 100th door, and yeah. I haven't really played it. I only know about it through other stuff. People did mods on it. Well, I don't know, one person did a mod on it, and I think that was Sunday. Yeah, I think it was Sunday that did a mod on it, but yeah, it's 100 doors. You try to go through it all. Yeah. I think you get the point. So, the link to this video will be down in the description below, so if you want to see it and check it out yourself, with no interruptions whatsoever, it'll be there in the description. So be sure to give Game Theory some love and support for the video they made. If you enjoyed this video from beginning to end, hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button to support the channel, support the content provided, and so on and so forth. You'll know when you're subscribed when the red button turns gray. And there's going to be a bell next to it. That will allow you to be notified immediately when new videos come out. You just need to hit the little bell. You'll know when it's hit if it's lit up. And if you have any videos that you would like to recommend, or if you want to see me actually play doors, leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll react to said video or play doors within time, because again, I really don't play Roblox. I mean, I have the account, but I don't have the thing. But yeah, anyway, let's start this video.
What horror games we have to theorize about? Show me door number 1. Not bad.
Yeah, Puppy Playtime. I have the game, but I'm trying to make it work on my computer because it just doesn't want to work on my computer.
Feels a bit overplayed. Still waiting for Chapter 3's release. What about door number 2? Ugh, again. Look, I promise the timeline's coming. It's just taking a bit longer than I anticipated. Spoiler alert, if your lore gets simpler, my theories get faster. Just a thought. Give me another week and we'll do it. Okay.
Five Nights at Freddy's official character encyclopedia. Are you serious? Scott added more stuff to the franchise, really? Really, Scott?
Okay, make it a few more weeks and I'll do it. But right now, for this week, I just need something that's a little less complicated. Please say door number 3 has the answer. Now this I can work with. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the show that loves the fact that both door and lore rhyme. And today we're
Door lore. Freak, that's good.
Gonna have a lot of both. I'm of course talking about the hit
Dolores?
experience.
Is that even a word? Dolores? No, it's not. Just saying it out loud makes me feel dumb. Just saying it.
Doors. It's a simple title which matches nicely with the simple premise. Each door is numbered sequentially, and your goal is to get through door number 100, hence the title. Not too.
Yep, that's like I said. It's you going through door 1 to 100 with dealing with stuff related to horror.
Hard, right? Wrong. Because while you go from room to room, you're being scared from a menagerie of evil entities that are trying to stop you from reaching that final door. Each entity's tactics vary wildly. One forces you into an elaborate chase sequence, another rushes through the current area, forcing you to hide, another
Guess that review stuff was correct.
will lock you out or kick you out of said hiding spots, and some are just there for the good old-fashioned spooks. Oh my god! This game really
Oh my gosh, that actually made my heart stop for a second. What the frick?
has it all. Good scares, good strategy, good puzzles, but of course it wouldn't be a true game theory horror experience without the secret ingredient, good lore. That's right, a game about walking through doors in a randomly generated hotel has got itself some lore. The developers have actually said the foundations...
A lot of stuff is related to lore, so in all honesty, is it wrong? Is it wrong to say it doesn't have lore?
The story are basically in there already. They're just going to be revealing it slowly with each new update, which of course immediately got my attention. So I waited patiently for the Hotel Plus update that was due to come out in December, and then the update got delayed. Now, we've all seen our fair share of unpolished games and broken updates in the last few years, so if the update needs more time in the oven, then by all means, devs, take the time that you need. But in lieu of this Hotel Plus update...
True. If you rush, the game will get screwed over. I mean, I think there's people out there that actually try to fix Sonic 06, and they at least made it bearable. And I'm using that term loosely because it seems the same to me. It just literally seems the same, just less glitchy.
Allow me to scratch
And I use that
your
loosely.
lower itch, because in preparation for the update, I started digging into the game that we already had, plus the teaser, trailers, and screenshots that the devs have given us. And I think I've got it figured out. The devs weren't wrong. The lore is absolutely there. It's just hidden deep, real deep, almost as deep as wherever we're gonna end up in the Floor 2 update. So pack your bags, theorists, because
There's a second floor? I just thought it was going to 100 floor. I thought it was going to just 100 rooms, and then bam, that's it.
we've got a one-way trip through history, magic, and a classic battle between good and evil. Let's check in. First of all, where are we? Obviously, it's a hotel, but it's not really normal. And I'm not talking about the randomized layout. At first glance, it might trick you into thinking it's normal, with a reception desk, bedrooms, hallways. Sure, the furniture reads a little old, probably from around the 1940s or 50s, but on the whole, it's pretty standard stuff. Sure, one of the new teased images does look a little bit strange, stone walls and big barrels, but yeah, it's most likely designed to be a wine cellar, which wouldn't be unheard of for a hotel, especially as Prohibition ended in 1933 in the US, thereby allowing establishments like hotels to serve alcohol to customers. What's really odd is the second teased image. It's a large room filled with beds from end to end. Maybe the hotel's able to offer cheaper rates if you're willing to bunk with 10 other people in the same room, except that isn't what the room's for. Along with the image, we were given its name, the infirmary. Why on earth would there be an infirmary?
So we're getting an infirmary in the future. So let's see. So we got a hotel made from the early 1900s, and all that. So probably, I heard about there being hotels out there in the world that actually had to become hospitals as well, or become hospitals due to some disease or sickness. So is this like one of those hotels or something else?
Infirmary in a hotel. I'll tell you why. It's because that's exactly what hotels were used for during the 1940s, especially during World War II. During the war, the country was...
Oh, do not get me started on World War II. That war sucked. Ugh. But yeah, there was many. I seen a bunch of different videos about YouTubers going to certain haunted locations or certain locations where all these paranormal activities happen, and some of them usually talk about one thing or another, and one of them being a hotel that was used during World War II to take care of people because of sicknesses and diseases appearing around that they have to cure or take care of, and a lot of them died. So, yeah.
Hospitals for fairly obvious reasons, but they didn't want to have to build a bunch of new hospitals that would then become useless at the end of the war. So instead, they started working with private businesses to turn their establishments into makeshift hospitals, and hotels were candidate number one for this sort of thing. They had lots of elevators to transport patients and equipment, they had lots of rooms for people to stay in, and best of all, because of the war, people weren't traveling or going on vacation, so the hotels were largely going unused. So while it seems weird to see an infirmary in a hotel, it's actually not outside the realm of possibility. That, plus the 40s style of furniture, tells...
I guess that is 40s furniture and stuff. I think I know someone that actually has that kind of stuff. At least a chair. But they usually put plastic on top of it and all that to keep like stuff from dirtying it while keeping the chair fresh.
us that what we're exploring here is a haunted hotel that was an active hospital during World War II. And given the monsters roam the hallways and the damage that we see across various rooms, it's unlikely that anyone has occupied this place since.
And let me guess, the monsters are the people that are now haunting the place. If I'm right about that, I deserve a cookie. I'm going to get myself a cookie. Nah, that seems too simple. I'm gonna go make myself a cake. But no, seriously, from the way it's sounding, it seems like this is just going to become a thing to prove that the monsters that are around are literally patients that died there and are haunting the place due to a reason or two. Some would think betrayal, some would think I don't know what goes with that, to be honest. But yeah, it has to follow along those lines if I'm right.
So then, why are we here now? It's not exactly the 5-star establishment anyone would be expecting for their weekend getaway. But even if we
Not
wanted
really.
to check out, we can't turn back. And I do mean that literally. If you take a look at the bridge that we crossed to get here, you'll see that it's now broken, with planks of wood just floating around in midair. Whatever's in this hotel, it doesn't want us to leave. But here's the real twist, we don't want to leave either. If you die during your playthrough, you'll be shown a death screen depending on what entity you died to. These death screens are mostly there to give us hints, telling us
You die in ambush, you might need to hop in and out of your hiding spot a couple of times.
how to avoid dying to the same entity again. However, the way these hints are phrased can be pretty darn interesting. Most of the time,
You died to Screech?
says you died to whatever entity, but sometimes it rephrases it slightly. You died to who you call Halt. You died to who you call Ambush. You died to who you call the Figure. These entities don't have names, or at least none that we know of. The names that we're calling them are names that have been given to them by us, something that one of the devs confirmed on Twitter. What's also interesting
Really?
is that these versions of the death
Okay, so it probably is definitely people that.
Messages
Okay.
occur during your first death to these entities, which means that we already have names for them before we've ever encountered them. Apparently, we already know about them and the hotel before we've ever stepped foot in here. But how can that be? Well, for that, we actually have to look at the game's history. During the development for Doors, before the entities were called entities, there was a different name being considered cryptids. Cryptids are creatures that some believe exist, but have never truly been proven to exist by modern science. Think things like the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot. If these entities were
So it's not people that die taunting the place. It's more like myth or legends, like those two that were previously named. Okay. Don't see anything bad with that. Sounds very interesting. Oh, because we. Okay. I just thought that we're just a character that's trying to prove that these types of beings exist and all that. Yeah. Yeah.
originally going to be called cryptids, and the names we refer to them as were given to them by us, the player, then we must be someone interested in them specifically, also known as a cryptozoologist. And no, that's not just someone who works for Logan Paul's recent NFT scam. A cryptozoologist is someone that studies the pseudoscience of cryptids and commits themselves to proving their existence. And who wouldn't want to trust a guy dressed like this? We didn't come here for a nice weekend getaway, friends. We are here because we know about these entities and we want to learn more about them. Only, we may have bitten off more than we can chew. Not only are the entities very real, but they're powerful, scary, and above all, deadly. That is, except for one. Remember those death messages that I mentioned? The ones that are giving you tips and tricks on how to survive the hotel? Well, those aren't just meta messages from the developers, they're actually coming from another entity. While it might not be immediately obvious what entity it is, as you go through the game, you'll occasionally see blue sparkles show up around the map. They're normally around to show you the correct path during the seek chase, to show you which paintings belong in which positions during the painting puzzles, or to help illuminate the exit in a dark room. A guiding light, if you will. Which is funny, because the title of the music that plays during those death screens is also called Guiding Light. This has led the
Okay, that's freaking ironic. So you're saying that this name for this so-called thing that's helping us is called the guiding light. And it's probably the thing that's trapping us in here. Is that what I'm trying to understand now?
the community to give this mysterious bodiless entity that name. Although I'm not entirely convinced that this entity is completely formless. While the majority of the rooms and doors are typical hotel rooms, there's a chance for special rooms to spawn instead. One of those rooms is called the courtyard, and it's unusual because it's the only time we're able to actually go outside, feel the wind in our hair, the rain on our skin, and then remember that we're still trapped and have nowhere to go but forward. Existential crises aside, this room is pretty much regarded as a safe zone during the run, which starts to make a lot of sense as you explore the area. Looking around, you'll find a large statue of an angelic figure with a sword in the center of the courtyard, protecting it. In the Bible, we often see depictions of angels with swords, both used for battle and for protecting, but they're also seen to guide the lost, helping them find their way either physically or spiritually. Now, what would that remind me of? It's Guiding Light, the entity that's trying to protect us. This isn't the only time religious iconography is used within the game either. A handful of paintings around the hotel are parodies of religious artwork, or have been named with more religious connotations, like the Last Supper, or these two called Temple and Tabernacle respectively. One of the new items being added to the Hotel Plus update is a cross. The update trailer literally tells us the rules have changed while revealing this item, and showing it stopping the entity rush dead in its tracks. It's a pretty useful tool to be sure, but it actually tells us a lot more about these entities that we're up against. The Christian cross is commonly used in pop culture as a weapon to ward off demons, evil spirits, and unnatural beings like vampires, which means that these aren't just cryptids, they're demons, or at least
Okay, so should I wear a cross when I play this game? I don't mean that in an offensive way, but seriously, I am part of Christianity, so yeah. Anyway, so we're dealing with demons, and the guiding light's an angel trying to protect us and guide us the right way. Okay.
something linked to the demonic. This in turn lends support to the idea that the angelic statue in the courtyard is indeed guiding light, as angels are basically the exact opposite of demons. But that's not the only thing the cross reveals to us about the game's lore. Because, well, yeah, a cross stopping a demon in its tracks makes perfect sense, the developers didn't just take the easy way out. It would have been simple for them to implement the cross and just have the entity disappear when you use it, or have it freeze in place. Instead, they went the extra mile and gave it extra visual effects, which are definitely cool and add to the quality of the game, but also the specific symbol they use here tells us a lot. Upon first glance, most viewers will probably recognize the main symbol as the Star of David, a symbol of the Jewish faith, which might seem odd connected to a cross and its powers over demons, but actually that wouldn't be looking at the full picture. Widening out your view, you can see that the Star of David is actually enclosed in a ring with writing and symbols in it. This actually aligns more with the precursor to the Star of David known as the Seal of Solomon, a symbol that supposedly gave King Solomon the power to command the supernatural, including demons. And now the pieces start falling into place. This symbol went on to become associated with the occult, but also with Christian, Jewish, and Islamic alchemists, which might explain the Islamic crescent that's being portrayed with the star. And yeah, believe it or not, but there's a lot of history with religious groups partaking in alchemy, specifically the whole turning lead into gold and bringing things to life from nothing part. It is some really wild stuff. In fact, it's that last one that's going to be important to us today. In the world of alchemy, when you create a living being from non-living things, that being is known as a homunculus. As the stories go, they were made in a variety of ways. Some are animals, while others are tiny little humans. Within Christian alchemy, the homunculus were supposed to be Christ-like, perfect beings made from nothing. But it would also grant its creator the ability to see and converse with demons and spirits, which if you were staying in a hotel filled to the brim with horrifying entities, I would imagine would be a useful tool to have on your side. So why am I bringing all this up? Well, there's always been one entity that bugged me. And no, it's not just because it killed me even when I did what it told me to do.
Let's control your breathing. Yeah, okay. I was pressing Q or E. No! You can only revive and run once? No!
The figure always felt like the odd one out. Most of these entities are ghostly figures, black and white with overly distorted faces. Seek may appear in a human form during the chase, but it's basically a collection of eyes and black goo. But the figure, it's a humanoid monster that's covered in flesh, bones, and teeth. Thematically, the figure just doesn't feel like it belongs until you look at how a homunculus is made. One method to create a homunculus is to combine bones, skin, and hair in a bag, and then bury that bag surrounded by horse manure for 40 days. Dig it up and hooray!
Are you serious, or are you effing with me? I don't appreciate the fact that I'm being toyed with about the subject at hand. Seriously, I don't enjoy that kind of thing being messed with. Seriously, what the frick?
Hey, you got yourself one stinky bag of supposedly a living creature. Now, let's just take a look at those ingredients again. Bones and flesh? It's a perfect match for our pal, the figure. That's why this monster's different. The figure isn't a spirit or a demon like all the others. It's an actual monster created using living tissue. Imagine the scene, if you will. World War II is going on. People are being injured left, right, and center. A random hotel is transformed into a makeshift hospital in order to manage the amount of injured people throughout the city. People are dying agonizing deaths, and their angry spirits refuse to move on. Religious figures in the community, like nuns, offer to join in helping nurse these people back to health. But not everyone has good intentions. It's World War II after all. The Nazis are performing horrific experiments on the wounded. Experiments that'll fuse the injured, dying, and rotten flesh, bone, and hair to create new life. The figure is born from these such experiments. Meanwhile, the prayers of the religious figures don't fall on deaf ears. They pray for divine intervention. They pray for an angel to protect them. And lo and behold, their prayers get answered. The guiding light traps the demons in the hotel, mixing up the rooms randomly, turning the hotel into a labyrinth that these entities get lost within. The hotel eventually falls into silence and obscurity. Nobody left inside, nobody willing to enter. The only thing that remains are stories of strange creatures that roam the hallways. Some ghostly, some made of flesh and bone. Most people would steer clear of a place like this, but one cryptozoologist took interest and decided to make a visit to this hallowed location. Guiding light saw us and destroyed the bridge outside, stopping us from ever leaving. Not because they want us to perish, but because they know the secrets of this place have to remain hidden. And that, my friends, is what I suspect to be the lore of Roblox Doors. Like I said at the start, this stuff was buried.
Yeah, I can see that being the case. So I'm not wrong. It's just only that one of them is literally made from flesh and bones. And the rest are probably spirits. Maybe. I don't know. I think the flesh monster is technically the thing I theorize, but yeah, that's a bit screwy. But yeah. So, this is a game about angels and demons. That's a way to go, I guess.
Deep in here. But I'm really glad the developers are giving us some really interesting things to chew on, especially with all the new teased content they're releasing as part of the update. I am more excited than ever for this game. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if when they finally get around to releasing Floor 2, we end up seeing occult markings on the walls, the skeletons of dead clergymen, maybe even a summoning circle with a big old pile of bones in the middle. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. In the meantime, remember...
Wait, I get it, because eyeball and seeing, and yeah.
It's all just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. And if you don't want to stop the Roblox horror party, you could always go and check the video on the left where we talk about the lore hiding inside Roblox's rainbow friend.
Oh, yeah, I heard that one. You know, it's, yeah, Roblox Rainbow Friends, yeah. I'm not gonna discuss that during a Doors video, because that would just seem wrong.
Or if you're just into indie horror games, why not check out our video diving into the lore of Choo Choo Charles. Promise you it is a wild ride. That one's over on the right.
Choo Choo Charles? Okay, I don't think I ever heard that one. I don't know. I think I've heard of it, but I also think I didn't.
As always, my
Maybe I heard
friends,
through
subscribe
passing.
for more Roblox horror theories, and I will see you next week.
Okay, that's an interesting thing to go through. So I am kind of right, only just 1% of it. I wouldn't say percent. The only thing I'm right about is probably the fact that, the figure is probably technically what I said before, being someone that couldn't rest, or yeah, something involving the hotel. So I'm right about the hotel being used as a haunted place and all that, but I'm wrong about how it's used. I mean, it makes sense considering the fact there's alchemy involved, and it wouldn't surprise me considering the fact that I have seen multiple videos where YouTubers go to haunted places and there's alchemy, demonic rituals, and so on and so forth. So I really, really don't disbelieve the fact of this. That sounded like poor grammar. I literally paused just to think about what I just said because it just sounded wrong. But yeah, it's reasonable, it's understandable, and it fits everything. Angel keeping demons at bay. Never let them escape. Yeah? That sounds about right. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button to support the channel, support the content provided, and so on and so forth. Hit the notification button, be notified immediately when a new video comes out. Tell me what you think of this whole theory about the angel and demons. It's a surprise, and I'm still processing it a bit. But yeah, tell me what you think about that. Also, the link to this video will be down in the description below. So, be sure to check that out. With that said, hope you all enjoy. I'll see you all next time. Bye!